ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਦਰਬਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਜੁੜ ਬੈਠੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਓ ਰਸਨਾ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਕਰੀਏ। ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਆਖੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਪਾਂ ਵਡਭਾਗੇ ਹਾਂ। We're very blessed and we're very fortunate that Guru Sahib Ji has blessed us today with such an auspicious occasion. कि महाराज ने अपने ते मेहर कीती, किरपा कीती, दया कीती, जो कि महाराज ने आपां नूं एडे जोड़ मेलियां दीयां बख्शिशां करके आपां नूं जीवन दे विच एक मौका दिता। The Guru Sahib Ji has blessed us with such an occasion that brings to us an opportunity. In life, if we think of every day and every moment, every day and every moment comes with an opportunity. It comes with an opportunity to apply ourselves to something. It comes with an opportunity to learn something. It comes from an opportunity to connect with something. So jehde aj de dihade ne, days like today present such opportunities to us. What opportunities are these? These are the opportunities to learn of our history, the opportunity to not just learn of our historic culture, but actually witness and experience it. So, Sadh Sangat Ji, the festival of Holla Mohalla, just before we talk of the Guru Ghar di Maryada, what is the tradition and the history of this festival and the house of the Guru. One thing that Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Bani does over and over again is connect us not just to the message of the Guru, but to the stories that have resonated throughout eons. And one such story is the story of Bhagat Prahlad. The story of Bhagat Prahlad comes in Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Bani in many, many forms. Each day in our Nitnem, as we read Rairas, we read of Harnakash Dusht Har Marya Prahlad Taraya. So, Harnakash was a demon of the time. And Une Tapasya Kiti, he did meditation because he wanted to pray for something. In the way that we can pray to God for things, in the way that we can pray to Vaheguru for things. That Vaheguru bless me with Naam, bless me with Simran, bless me with Sikhi, bless me and bless my family. Guru Sahib Ji gives us the opportunity to pray for such things, but there are such people who pray and meditate for such things and then go on to do much evil in the world. And often those people in history are called Rakshish. Those people are called demons. They are people who use spiritual powers and energy to bring pain upon others. So it was that such a person, Harnakash, came to rule over the world, as the story of Harnakash goes. And in the household of Harnakash was born Bhagat Prahlad. And where Harnakash had oppressed society, Harnakash had oppressed the countries and the people of those countries at the time, he told those people that you're not allowed to take the name of Vaheguru, of Hari, of Ram, of Gobind, or any other name for the Divine Being. You're only allowed to say the name of Harnakash. You're only allowed to meditate on the name of Harnakash. You're only allowed to do jap of the mantra of Harnakash. And Harnakash is very powerful. He was a king. He had defeated many armies. He had butchered many people. Didn't Pandit log see, the religious people, the scholars, sare galam ho gaye. Each of these people were enslaved because they did not have the might that was necessary for their freedom. So in that household, Bhagat Prahlad took birth. And Bhagat Prahlad was a devotee of Bhagavan. Bhagat Prahlad was a devotee of the Divine Being. And whereas Harnakash wanted everyone to do jap of Jale Harnakash, Thale Harnakash. He wanted people to meditate on these mantras, saying that Harnakash is so great, he provides in the earth, he provides in the water, he provides all over the land, he is omnipresent. Prahlad would say Jale Hari, Thale Hari, that Hari, the Divine Being, is present in all molecules, in the earth, in the sky, in the water. And we also read in the Shabads of Guru Granth Sahib Ji where they say, Meri pattiya likhte Sri Gopal. When Bhagat Prahlad goes to school and the teachers tell him that you are to write the name of Harnakish, he writes the name of Gopal, the master of this universe. And Harnakish, being the demon that he was, when he could no longer control his son, he devised a plan to have his son killed. ਉਹ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਲੋਕੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਪਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਲੈਂਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਜਪਾਉਂਦਾ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਜੰਮੀ ਹੋਈ ਔਲਾਦ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈਦਾ ਉਹ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਜਪਦੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਜਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਅਸਰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ. He thought, for all the mighty rule that I have done and have people meditating upon my name, what will happen if my own son meditates on the divine being whose name I have tried to delete? And he had a sister whose name was Holika. And Holika too had meditated for spiritual powers that she used for devious means. And one of these things was she had a chadar. ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਚਾਦਰ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਚਾਦਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਕਲਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦੀ ਸੀ. And it is said in the story that she had like a shawl that had a special power that it could not catch fire. ਉਹਦਾ ਕੀ ਇਰਾਦਾ ਸੀ? ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਭਾਣਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਗੋਦੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ, taking her nephew in her laps, she wrapped the shawl around her and set fire, devising this as a plan to kill her nephew. Bhagwan di kirpa hui. Kirpa Vaheguru happened that chadar came off Holika and came onto Prahlad. When Holika was killed, so you see now here how we come from this tradition of Holi and the celebration of good over evil. But as the story goes further, Harnakish then decides that he will kill his own son, that he will kill Bhagat Prahlad. ਉਹ ਬਰਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਦੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਮਾਰੂੰਗਾ. ਉਹਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਬਰ ਲਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ. Harnakish had a boon, ਵੀ ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਮਾਰ ਸਕੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਦਿਨੇ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਅੰਦਰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕੇ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਬਾਹਰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕੇ. He knew it was impossible to be immortal, so instead he asked for all of these different blessings. Then his chitrai and his ਸਿਆਣਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਅਮਰ ਆ, ਜੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਦਿਨੇ ਮਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਮਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਮਰ ਆ. And when he set about trying to kill his own son, then Narayan takes avatar. Avatar is the word that's used when the divine being of that age manifests into the world. And the divine being of that age, as they manifested in the world, was Narsingh Avatar. Har Jog Jog Bhagat Upaya Paj Rakhdaya Ram Raje. The Hari themselves, throughout the Jogs, in each and every age, comes into this world for the protection of their devotees. Narsingh was neither man nor animal. He was half man, half lion. And the significance of this story and the significance of its consistent repetition in the message of Gurbani is, what does Guru Sahib make us? We have the name given to us by our family, and we have the name given to us by the Guru. What name does the Guru give us? The Guru gives us the name Singh. The Guru gives us the name Lion, the one who destroys evil, the one who battles against evil, the one who strives towards good. And in this, we start to derive now the philosophical essence of the festival of Holla Mohalla and why it was celebrated. If we go further down the chain of yogas from Satyug to Dwapar, in Dwapar, in the Bani of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the stories of Krishna come over and over again, many, many times. And the entire Atiyas, the entire life story of Krishna Bhagwan is written, who 3 times in Guru Granth Sahib Ji is called Bhagwan, Hasbole Bhagwan Ji. And Bani Krishna Ji is referred to as Bhagwan 3 times, not when they're being spoken about as a manifestation who comes and going, who is temporary, who is nothing before Vaheguru, but when they're being spoken about in the context of they manifested at times as the Puran avatar of that Yuga. And where from Satyug we get the warrior essence, the destruction of evil, the manifestation of the man-lion, the Nara Singh, the man-lion. In Krishna Bhagwan, in the story of Krishna Avatar, when it talks about holy, it talks about holy in a very loving way. It talks about holy not just in the way of the battle between good and evil and the destruction of evil. It talks about holy in the sense of the festival of celebration, the festival of love. Krishna too, as he was a child, had attempts to take his life many times. His mama Kans, who we read of in Chandi Divar, the Kans was pulled apart by his case by Krishna Bhagwan. Krishna Bhagwan too had to, in the way that Holaka, the Pua of Prahlad, tried to kill him. Krishna had his mama also tried to kill his panja. And on one occasion when Krishnaji was poisoned, Krishnaji's skin turned blue. And Radha, who is the supreme devotee of Krishna, so that Krishna did not feel odd, she colored her own skin. And it is said that in this celebration of love, in this show of devotion, the festival of Holi comes. Dr. Tarmanand Singh was one of the first Gursikhs to come to this country. He studied at Cambridge University, and he was also one of the founders of Shepherd's Bush Gurdwara, the very first Gurdwara. He was one of the Panj Singh that helped establish that Gurdwara. And in one of his writings, he talks about the Bani of Krishna Avatar. He says, I struggled for many years to understand this and apply context to this, until one day, at one time, my bhakti reached a certain level. When I realized there is no duality here, underlying all of these messages is the story of love between those who have love for Paramatma and the love that Paramatma has from them. Jeda Bhagat te Bhagwan prati prem ya, Maharaj us cheez da ashara karde ne. Maharaj is giving the ashara of that color. In our religion, if we lose this sense of love, if we lose this sense of playfulness, we will descend into a great nastiness. We've seen this, unfortunately, just even in this week in this country, where people applying color to one another are pushed out of a Gurdwara. Ke manmate hai. Eh ta hun guruan de samaya to chali hondi hai. We now say to things that have come from the Guru's tradition. Why? Because we throw color on each other as a sign of affection, as a sign of love, as a sign of playfulness. But beyond those things is the message that Bhai Amarjit Singh was telling us. Laal rang tisko laga, jis ke bad bhaga. The Holi apa khedde ha, kal nu apa rang sittange. If anyone is against these things, so you know it's happening tomorrow, because it's been happening since the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. It happens at Anandpur Sahib, and the Maryada that we are following here is that Maryada that's been coming since the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So koi bande di chalai hui nahi Maryada ithe chal rahi. Ek Guru Gobind Singh di chalai hui Maryada chal rahi hai. And Sadh Sangat Ji, the color that Guru Gobind Singh Ji said that they would apply to the Gursikhs who come for darshan of Maharaj at Holla Mohalla is the color that when they said to Bhai Nand Lal Ji that jeda Gursikh aauga main ਉਹਨਾਂ te ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਪਾਉਂਗਾ ਉਹ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਊਗਾ. I will throw that color of love in them that will increase the depth of their love with Vaheguru. So coming here today, we have the Prakash of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We can have faith, we can have belief, but one thing is for certain. There's no one else in this country sitting here tonight on a throne with a Chaur Sahib over their head. There's no one else in this country sitting here with a free kitchen feeding hundreds of people over there. There's no one else in this country sitting here with hundreds of people coming and matha taking through the day. That's Guru Granth Sahib Ji. When we say Rajan Raj, the King of Kings, they are the King of Kings. When we have their Nishan, when we have their Nagara, when we have their Shastra, when we have their Fauja, we remember. This is the importance of darshan. If these traditions weren't here, we wouldn't know what things looked like at Maharaj's time. Would we know that our king was a king if our king's flags weren't waving, if our king's armies weren't here, if our king's battle drum wasn't beating, if our king's traditions had been evaporated and diluted to the point where neither we know what we are, and nor do we know what and who our gurus or our ancestors were. So Sadh Sangat ji, ek o gooda rang hai. Today is about enlightening the love for Vaheguru that's within us. ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਖਿੱਚ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਮੌਕਾ ਆ ਵੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਪਾ ਲਓ, ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਪਾ ਲਓ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ, ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਰੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਰੰਗੇ ਜਾਓ. But it's also that celebration and remembrance of people like Harnakash, people like Kans, people like Aurangzeb come into this world. And where the people of Hindustan had been enslaved by Mughal rule for hundreds of years, Guru Gobind Singh Ji instilled a spirit in them that on this day you will march through your cities, through your towns as an army. Your battle drums shall beat, your songs shall blow, your flags bearings shall fly, your weapons will glisten, the armies of Akal Purkh will shine. It's a reminder that our Guru didn't just make us into Bhagats, our Guru made us into warriors. Karam khand ki bani jor, titha hor na koi hor, titha jod mahabal sur, tin mein ram rahya parpoor. And Karam Khand, which is the Khand nearest to Sach Khand, the realm that we can actually, in what Japji Sahib teaches us, elevate ourselves to a state of consciousness towards, because in Sach Khand, Nirankar resides there. There's no form there. But in Karam Khand, those who follow and endear themselves to the path of the warrior, the soldier, with discipline, and have the name of Vaheguru within them, they reach that place. Tan jiyo teh ko jag mein mukh te har chit mein judh bichar hai. This is the teachings of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. That on your lips should be the name of the Vaheguru, but you should always be ready for war. The truth is, we're not very rarely ready for war. But at least once a year, we can come and live that tradition up. And once a month, the Singhs come here and do regular programs. ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜੋੜ ਮੇਲੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੋਗੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਲਸੇ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਵਨਾ. These are the words of Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves. ਖਾਲਸਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਰੂਪ ਹੈ ਖਾਸ, ਖਾਲਸੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੂੰ ਕਰੋ ਨਿਵਾਸ. The Maharaj says this Khalsa is my form and within the Khalsa I reside. These are the teachings of Guru Maharaj. So Sadh Sangat Ji, tomorrow, many of you will already know, at 2 o'clock is a Mohalla. So Mohalla is the traditional military procession ordained by Guru Gobind Singh Ji, where Ardas is done with the Nishan, with the Nagare. A procession takes place, Gatka, and a display of various martial arts, wrestling, kabaddi, traditional martial exercises and activities that we see in Punjab. These are coming forth because we want to bring them back. Reality is, in the last 150, 200 years, our dharam, our identity, our culture has been so watered down by colonialism, post-colonialism, migration, geo-migration, that a lot of our essence, like you get juice and it gets diluted and it gets diluted and it gets diluted. We need to pour more of that concentrate in. No one likes watery dilute juice. We all like it when it's got a bit more concentration in it. We need to put and instill some of that purity and concentration into it. So this happens when we try and connect with our roots, our history, our culture, the teachings of Guru and Jod Mele like this. Sadh Sangat Ji, the last vichar we will do is to congratulate everyone who gave their head to the Guru today. Jidna ne aaj Guru Maharaj ne unna de sees laye. They took Amrit, they joined the Khalsa Panth, they committed themselves to the death of the Guru. Overd bhage ne, because they have at least taken the steps to go on that path. When you enroll in university, you don't become a doctor or a professor on day one. You have to enroll in university. So all of these have enrolled into the Panth. They've enrolled in that study. The Guru Maharaj unna te kirpa karan, inna de jeevan vich barkhata paun, e sikhi liaun. Some people think, are we too young to take Amrit? You're not. in this world, bad things happen to children when they're very young. People push children in directions when they're very young. Yeah? 25 years ago, I was 10 or 11 years old when I was first offered drugs at school. Do you want to buy some drugs? At 11 years old. It's very easy to get influenced and pushed in that direction. Guru Maharaj saves us from these things. They say you can't drink alcohol. They say you can't do sangat of bad people. We jede maadiyan cheejan di varto karde a, unna di sangat vi nahi karni. Forget not even taking these things to avoid these things. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਛੋਟੀ ਉਮਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਦੇ ਆ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਪੂਰੀ ਰਹਿਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਣਗੇ ਦੱਸੋ 100% ਰਹਿਤ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਰੱਖਦਾ who is 100% in the ਰਹਿਤ no one is naturally a child is going to make mistakes let them make mistakes but at least they're on a path at least they've got a discipline at least they've got some sort of boundaries that they're going to try and stick to and if they fall off they'll come back So, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਤ ਧਾਰਦੇ ਆ that I'm not ready to take Amrit or I'm not this or I'm not that. ਕੱਲ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ. Does anyone know they're not going to die in their sleep tonight or tomorrow? We don't. That's the sad bitter reality that we don't want to confront. So, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਆ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ, ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ, ਜੋੜ ਮੇਲਿਆਂ ਚ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ, ਉਹ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਲਾਹਾ ਲਓ. ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਤੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਲਾਹਾ ਲੈਣ. Guru Sahib Ji reminds us of why we've come here. ਤੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ forgive us for the mistakes we have made ਸਾਰੇ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋੜ ਮੇਲਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਰੱਖੇ a lot of hard work has gone into this and all of the sevadars are worthy of congratulations for their efforts and many thanks to all the Sadh Sangat Ji who have come today and supported these efforts. May Guru Sahib Ji keep such efforts flourishing and keep the Khalsa Panth in Chardi Kala. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh Jakare gajave nihalo jave Guru Gobind Singh Ji nu paave Sat Sri Akal